everyone, this is Steve Weintraub with Collider, and I'm here in our studio at Sundance, which is sponsored by Saratoga Spring Water. Everyone knows the importance of having a sponsor. When it's at Sundance, it's expensive to be here. Thank you, Saratoga. I am here with everyone behind Onyx, and I am really happy you're here, and I really want to say a congratulations on pulling off this film, making it, and being part of Sundance. You are one of those Kickstarter success stories.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a wild ride, and we were just talking earlier about how it just seems like yesterday we were running that Kickstarter, and now we're sitting here with you. It's amazing.
So everyone watching right now, almost everyone watching, will not have seen the movie yet. So I hate doing the thing, but how have you been describing the film to friends and family?
I've been saying it's an 80s throwback monster comedy in the vein of Gremlins or Fright Night, but through a modern lens, where Onyx goes on a supernatural adventure.
So for people that don't realize, you kind of went viral on the internet, playing this character and doing newscasts, like getting on TV.
Yeah.
And I kept on wondering how did you? Because not only did you get on TV, but you were delivering like lines. Like you had to give enough to the television station that they would want to put you on television. So I'm just curious, what was it like? How did you pull off getting on TV so often as Onyx?
Well, this is quite a bomb to drop. I was never on TV.
Those are all...
What I would do is I would rip news videos and then film myself out in Burbank and splice them together and then release them as such. But I was never actually on TV.
But people thought he was on TV.
But people, so much so to where... So much so...
Hi.
You thought I was on TV.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I look like you were on TV?
Well, so much so to where a producer of one of those news segments on a radio interview said, "I can't believe we let you talk for that long." Wow. And I don't remember letting you on the air. And I said, "Yeah, you didn't. It was a joke." But yes, they appear as if they're real newscasts, and that's how we kind of floated on the internet over the years.
Okay, first of all, that's amazing. And second of all, I totally got fooled, and I say congratulations because that's awesome.
Thank you.
Like, honestly. So, but for everybody, one of the things, this is a movie I really enjoyed, and I can't believe what you were able to put on screen with the budget that you had. Like, it's crazy, just because I know how movies are made. So for all of you guys, can you sort of talk about what it was like being part of a project like this where everyone is clearly doing like double work? You know, like you're carrying whatever you need to carry in between scenes. You know what I mean?
I mean, out of all the projects I've ever worked on as an actor or a producer, this was the most fun anyone's ever had on a set. And I think the vibe, even from the moment we met everyone knew this was something special that they poured their hearts into. So everyone on set was willing to help every department and know that everything should go on screen. We didn't have any divas or anything like that. Everyone had so much fun that I think it just really comes through on the screen.
It felt like summer camp. I mean, it was a blast, and I think that every department got to really show what they could do, whether it was as a performer or the art department or costumes or hair. Like, everybody got to strut their stuff. And honestly, it felt like a $30 million movie. It did not feel, the way it was run, it was treated like a big budget movie. The first AD was incredible. The crew was incredible. There was no part of it that felt remotely low budget. At all. I was blown. I mean, it's, to me, a testament to Andrew. Like everybody loves him. It starts at the top, and like he's the star, he's the writer, he's the editor, he's the director, and like everybody wanted to do a good job to help bring his vision to life.
Well, thank you. I mean, I was so fortunate to have department heads and producers and this cast that supported the vision. I mean, everybody put in 120% every single day, even out overnight in cemeteries with snow and rain. Everybody showed up and impressed me every single day.
I wanted to know if either of you wanted to add anything.
Sure. This was the most respectful and calm working environment I've ever had on any production. And that tone was set by Andrew, and everything just seemed to work, and every department had a unified vision, and I think that's why it also was very seamless.
I think to your point of even you thought he was on, I really think he's a genius, and I'm not, like, I did not know Andrew before this, and like I have been nothing but blown away, and he's a graceful person, he's a kind person, and like it's his vision without being heavy-handed about it, but like like everybody, it was truly like, I really think he's a very unique, special talent.
How much do you pay her to say that?
I'm paying her in Saratoga.
I love waters. Gotta stay tight and fresh and hydrated.
Yeah, no, I echo what everyone said. It was the most fun I've ever had on set for sure, and I just felt supported through the whole process. This was also like my first time, like as a non-binary person, playing a non-binary role in something, and I felt very respected on that level too. And it was just such an honor to like watch the whole thing come together.
I'm also curious. Again, you didn't have like Marvel money to make this, but there are some like creatures in this and stuff. Like, how the F did you pull this off? Like, no BS.
It really took finding a special artist. His name is Adam Doherty, and his shop is called Creature Kid. I'd been a fan of his for years, from going to Monster Palooza and horror conventions all over the place. I've even bought toys from him. And I reached out to him to just do a character design for one of the creatures. And he read the script, and he said, well, Bows, what if I did all of them? And he was really trying to launch his new shop as leading up his own shop for the first time. Sure. And so I lucked out that he responded to the material, and his talents, I mean, they're just endless. And his whole team of puppeteers and fabricators, they did something that I don't think any of us thought they could do with the time and the money that we had.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys saw this stuff on set, and I mean, were you like, is this a bigger budget movie than I'm thinking it is? Because some of the creatures looked like incredible for the budget you had.
Yeah, we really lucked out. I mean, Adam and his whole team poured their whole hearts into it. And like through the design process, when we were looking at the different iterations of the puppets, they just kept getting cooler and cooler and cooler. And then when we finally got on set and saw them, I mean, our minds were blown. Like, it just didn't seem real. They are incredible. And we're going to have some of them at the premiere.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to switch. When you were making this, I'm sure, like, did you even think about Sundance as a possibility? Or, like, what is it like for all of you guys to have this here at Sundance?
I still can't believe this is happening.
It's so cool. We're so happy to be here. It's so cool.
I thought we were literally being punked when you told us that we got into Sundance.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you must think it's a possibility because you submit. So somewhere in there is a level of optimism that drives you through production and drives you to get the film done in time to submit to an amazing festival like this. But truly, I did not expect to get the call. No, that was mind-blowing.
They revealed the news to us in a very brilliant way. So one Sunday afternoon, he got all of us together on a Zoom and said it was for
press.
Like EPK.
Press,
yeah.
EPK, asked us some questions about the movie, and then he asked, how did you guys feel when you heard that Onyx is going to Sundance?
Yeah.
And we were like,
we
it was amazing.
We screamed so loud. It was
yeah.
When he told me, he came to my house to tell me the night he found out, and I didn't believe him, and I pushed him across the street multiple times until he was into a fence.
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
I just feel so proud. Like, again, I've said this before, but it's so, as a creative person, I find it very inspiring to watch somebody who's very much stayed true to his vision. And that, to me, like, the biggest independent film festival in the world respond, like people see, like, if you stay true and his heart is, like, there's been nothing but good vibes on this. And that of course, people are, like, it just made me very proud. It's inspiring, like, that if you protect your vision, you protect your magic, like, the world will respond. And it was very wonderful. We just had the best time making it.
I'm curious, so you get in the editing room, you have all your footage. What surprised you in the editing room? What changes did you make that you were not expecting?
I can say that because I'm also the editor of the film, I get a little fixated on continuity. I really switch into editor brain mode, and I stop thinking about performance to a degree. I start getting a little lost in the weeds. And Olivia was with me in my garage while I cut. And I think what I was surprised by was how, even if I cut something exactly how I imagined cutting it, it was important to have a second set of eyes to say, well, have you thought about, I know you really want to match the movement of the hand in that scene, but what about a different take because of the performance? Yeah, and so she helped me kind of step out of my editor mode and rework something based on pacing or performance, because I can get a little too binary in my thinking when I'm in editor mode.
I will say about the script, I mean, Andrew writes the tightest scripts. Like, everything he ever writes, I absolutely love. And everything that's in the script is in the movie. Like, nothing got moved around, nothing got changed. We only cut 2 scenes out of the whole thing, but, he writes to the edit and then directs to the edit, and it's all there, and it makes for the editing process to just be a really fun process because you're not scrambling trying to find things. It was all there in the beginning.
If you don't mind sharing, how many shooting days did you actually have?
We shot for about 20 in Massachusetts, a wonderful town called Lenox in the Berkshires, and then another 5 in Los Angeles. So about 25 days.
For people that don't realize, that's not a lot of time to make a movie.
Yeah, especially with puppets involved.
I was going to say, I just have to say, as a fan of Jeffrey Combs, I was very happy to see him in this. What was your inspiration for casting him?
Well, I mean, I'm a huge Stuart Gordon fan, Re-Animator, From Beyond, and so I've always hoped to work with both Barbara and Jeffrey at some point, but I actually think it was Barbara, when I told her about this project, that brought up Jeffrey. And he hadn't come to mind, maybe because I knew Bartok was bald with a long goatee, and I was kind of basing him off of Hammer horror villains. And then as soon as she suggested him, it hit me, and I was like, he's the guy. He's the guy.
One of the things about the film is it's like about a found family, and so can you sort of talk about that aspect of the film?
Well, it was all about finding the ensemble. I've told the story that I started writing the script and I thought maybe it would be a pretty gory horror comedy where Onyx and a group of other occultists were killed off one by one and he was splattered in blood like Bruce Campbell. But I didn't have the heart to do that when I started writing these characters. And I realized it was more important and it was more centered with the heart of the film to give Onyx some friends and some companions. And then once, I met these people and we got on set, one of the first scenes we did was a dinner conversation between all of us, and I knew that it was the right alchemy. It was the right move to have it be a group effort going on this adventure.
And I really loved shooting that day too because it was all of our first day on set, so we were like actively getting to know each other while the characters were getting to know each other in the scene as well.
We shot at this like haunted mansion. It had extra juice, it was for sure haunted. We stayed at what felt like a haunted inn. My room for sure was haunted. But that made it fun. I mean, that added to the element of like, here we are out in the mountains, like in these very beautiful, beautiful, interesting historic buildings that are so haunted, making a horror movie. It added to you couldn't believe, you couldn't have picked a better set.
I have a million other questions, but I need to wrap due to the constraints of our time today. But I look forward to talking more specifically about the film once people have seen it and, when you can actually get into it. I just want to say congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Being part of Sundance, and I really hope it's a huge hit here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.